Greetings. My name is Danny Samuel, Director of Product Marketing for Erwin Inc. Welcome to a short informational video outlining some of the key capabilities of the Erwin Edge platform. The Erwin Edge enables and integrates the disciplines of data stewardship, data preparation, enterprise modeling, and metadata management to deliver all the capabilities required to align, design, deploy, and sustain an effective and efficient enterprise data capability. The resulting visibility, understanding, and control around enterprise data will drive actionable data-driven insights, data-driven innovation, data-driven transformation, while reducing data-related risks across any enterprise. When you think about data governance, it's all about connecting people, and we are the most connected platform in the industry. When we talk about connecting things, though, there's really multiple facets to that. First, it's about connecting the enterprise to the data that serves it, but also connecting the people that consume data with the people that actually practice data governance and data management and support them to meet their business needs. So first off, we're going to take a look at connecting people in this ecosystem. And what we're looking at is an interface for a typical business user. Her name is Amy. She's a business analyst. She's doing some pre-work to help some data scientists on some analytics that they're going to do around HR in our organization, really trying to find the sweet spot in terms of employee satisfaction, employee loyalty, and really looking at improving some of the processes to make sure that employees that we take on board are true brand ambassadors for our organization. So when you look at this interface, it is a read-only interface where she can go through and search any data that she has access to. Read-only, but also with the capability to provide feedback and, more importantly, to be able to open issues and interact with the data governance and data management teams to make sure that everything in there is important, taking advantage of the tribal knowledge that we have across the entire organization. So one of the things she's noticed as she's searched, and it's a typical, very simple business-friendly search and browse environment where she can find all the information about the data that she has access to. And she's noticed as she's looking at employee status in the business glossary, the structure is missing a key type of term. And that type of term is terminated employees, because we definitely want terminated employees in our analysis. So she's able to easily go up and open an issue, and she's now creating an issue where she needs terminated employee added to the types of terms available for employment status. When she's done that, she quickly saves it, and then this goes off into our data administration organization, specifically to the data steward that is responsible for this data in the organization. So we're going to quickly switch over now to the data stewards interface. His name's Chris Putt. He has responsibility for HR and a number of other domains within our business. You'll notice that his menu and capabilities are a little bit different because this is a very role-based platform. The roles are designed for the specific tasks that each person needs to be able to achieve within this. So again, he can manage all of the areas, the business glossary, the data dictionary. He also has work items, and this is where Amy's request will have come in. And you'll notice in terms of issues to process, he's got 5 out of 15 issues to process. And you'll notice that there's a lot of great information on this dashboard that makes it very easy for him to manage his workload and make sure that he's serving his constituents in the way that he needs to. So we go find that terminated employee. This came from Amy, and he can go in and update that employment status by going in. And again, he has access in a write mode to be able to go in and add everything he needs to do. And once that's done, he then will drag and drop that across the Kanban board. And again, all about really helping him manage his workload and stay ahead of the curve in terms of delivering value to the organization through data governance. But while we see that we can connect people very well, it's also equally important to understand how this underlying data landscape and data governance operating framework is maintained, because that needs to be sustainable and up to date for data governance to be successful in any organization. So as we get down into the tools where the data governance doers will do a lot of their work, you'll see that there's a number of different aspects and capabilities that we have: a metadata management capability, pre-ETL mapping, code automation, as well as all of the things required to manage the full life cycle and make sure that we have all of this under control, fully auditable. So if we can start in the metadata manager, What we have here is a catalog that will represent all of the data in our organization. It does this by harvesting metadata from any type of source, right from the old mainframe and flat file systems through relational databases to the latest and greatest that big data has to offer. And we will automate that scanning so that everything that you have in this catalog is always up to date, and people can leverage this, trust this, and enrich that metadata within the catalog. This covers our data at rest, but just as important is data in motion and metadata that represents how data flows through our organization. So if we go to the mapping manager, in this mapping manager, we have the capability, again, under full lifecycle control to manage by project all of the data movement using a natural language pre-ETL mapping. So you'll see it's as simple as dragging and dropping 100% metadata driven, drag and drop the source, the target, and then create the mappings between them, including reusable transformations so that you can standardize how you document and design data movement for your entire organization. But you'll notice that this is not just documentation. If we go to the ETL icon there, one of the benefits of this environment is it allows you to centralize and standardize not just the governance, but the full deployment of data movement across your organization. So all of the standard data movement environments you'd expect to see, everything from ETL tools, ELT, big data scripting, right down to procedural code in the database. We can engineer those things, but more importantly, we can also reverse engineer them so that you can quickly get all of your data movement into this centralized mapping facility and really start to control that. So as we leave here and we go to the business glossary, one of the things that we also need to do is cross-reference our customer file with our employee file to see which one of our employees are buying products from us and kind of loyalty we have from that perspective. Let's take a look at the mind map. And what you see here is a one-stop shopping place where around any business term, we can now get the full picture with a dynamic diagram, not a diagram that you need to maintain, but is created and maintained by the system itself, where we look at customer, we can see all of the associated business policies, we can see all of the associated business terms, and very importantly, all of the associated technical metadata, so that when somebody from data management is dealing with somebody on the business side, they understand their terminology and can work from that perspective, but then be able to drill down into the actual technical pieces that manage that. So if we can just take a look at employee key, by clicking on employee key now, we can get a full picture of the impact analysis of this field across our organization. So we have a summary of direct impact, where the number of times it's used as source and as target, all the projects that it's associated with, and then a summary of the indirect impact so that we can see what role it takes across our governance infrastructure. Finally, one of the most important things that these teams can deliver to the business is lineage, because lineage goes directly to the trust and use of strategic data. Most solutions need to manage this lineage in a very manual fashion, and it really puts data governance at risk in the organization. What we do is we go back into all of those mappings and we analyze those mappings in a dynamic fashion so that we can see all of the sources, all of the target roles, all of the pass-throughs, and the details of the transformations. And again, all of this done in an automated fashion so that the information that you're delivering to your business customers is always accurate and is always up to date, so that they're not going to get a bad taste in their mouth from leveraging data governance. They're going to realize the value of data governance and really leverage that data for all that it's worth in your organization. Thanks for joining us with this very short demo. There's a lot more that comes into this platform, including enterprise architecture modeling, business process modeling, and data modeling, so that you can really get a deep view and connectivity to your entire business. Please join us again, and we'll take you for another tour through those other interesting aspects of the Erwin Edge platform.